Hey, let's talk soy, shall we? Because I, for a long time, have definitely not been, I would say, known for being a soy boy. I have always thought soy, like edamame, could probably be associated with estrogen in men. There's the jokes about man boobs with guys who eat too many soybeans. There's the problems that people say about, potential for increased cancer. And, the taste is, let's face it, a lot of times it's god-awful, the taste of soy. And so when I get a bunch of bottles of a soy beverage sent to my house, I was like, all right, here we go. Trade this in for whey protein and a steak, please, because I'm not a soy guy. But it looked like this. It said to me it's like this medically looking stuff. I'm like, all right, this is weird. The branding's it looks like something you get at a hospital, right? So I figured I'd give it a try. It's called a fermented soy beverage. Now, because it didn't taste that great, they also sent me these little packets, these little sweet mint flavoring packets that I could put in it. So I started trying it. I just put a little bit for lunch. I thought, okay, I'm going to try this stuff for about 25 days, see how I feel. Here's the deal. It's called Haelan, Healan. Again, looks like that, Haelan, Healan. It's a nitrogen fermented beverage made from organic soybeans grown in the mountains of Mongolia, which I know sounds ridiculous, but that's what it is. It's not harvested by a one-armed monk with unicorn tears, but you get the idea. This species of soybean that they use is a very advanced concentrate. They have proven it to have antiviral, anti-inflammatories, and anti-cancer properties. It's got a ton of vitamins, ton of minerals. It's a complete protein because it's fermented, and it gives you all your essential amino acids. So that means that the right kind of soy can allow your cells to recover faster, be anti-angiogenic and anti-carcinogenic, lowering the risk for cancer. Anti-mutagenic, helps to repair DNA. And the way that it works is they grow this unique organic species of soy, again in Mongolia, the mountains of Mongolia. You can't make this stuff up. Grown in very strict soil standards, organic farming practices, then they hand pick it at peak freshness to start the process. So it's like a super fresh soybean. Then they process it through this multi-stage nitrogen fermentation to draw out all of the nutrition and concentrate about 25 pounds of this magical fermented soy into one 8-ounce bottle. And why am I telling you this? Because the right kind of soy, in this case, can actually benefit hormone health, endurance, brain health, energy, immune support, joint pain, muscle recovery, while fighting inflammation and fighting cancer. So soy has been used as a staple food source and regarded very highly by many cultures for its nutritional value for a long time, but it's different than like the bastardized Tofurky and soy milk that we drink in the U.S. I mean, you hear about how people in a lot of Asian countries will consume soy. Well, a lot of times it's like tempeh or miso or natto or some fermented form of soy. And they ferment the heck out of this stuff. So the health benefits, if you actually look at the research on soy, the proven health benefits are anti-diabetic, antioxidative, anti-inflammatory, anti-cancer, anti-hypertensive, which means lowers blood pressure. Plus, when they ferment it, it concentrates all these probiotics and vitamins and minerals and protein. Now, where'd the whole soy controversy thing come up then? Well, basically, it's the growing and harvesting process. In other terms, very rushed growing, like growing them too fast, like they do with chickens in the U.S. and cattle in the U.S. Poor soil, so you get low nutrients. They're harvested at improper times, so you don't get the maximum nutrition profile. The species selection is poor. They use GMOs, they use pesticides, they use herbicides. They don't ferment it, so they don't deactivate a lot of these digestive enzyme inhibitors. And there is this talk probably that I hear most often about it similar to estrogen and how soy could promote too much estrogen, like the whole man boob argument. Well, here's the deal. There are issues with animal testing. The outcomes of animal studies may not be applicable to humans, and furthermore, they're not looking at like a really good, full nutrient-dense form of soy. So soy phytoestrogens are actually associated with a reduced risk of prostate cancer, and they've shown that in meta-analyses. How about breast cancer? Well, Harvard did a study that shows that different actions can occur in the body based on the species, the hormone levels, and the type of soy. Many human studies that follow a large population have shown potentially protective effects of soy foods against breast cancer. See, in the human body, plant-based estrogen-like compounds in soy products act as a protective substance by having a similar shape to real estrogens and taking their place, but not functioning the same. So if you consume a good plant-derived isoflavone, that helps you to avoid the absorption of real estrogens and help to reduce the level of estrogen in your bodies. And so that means even for breast cancer survivors, higher consumption of soy foods from the right source can actually lower risk of death and cancer recurrence. And there are studies that show this. So it comes down to where the soy comes from, how it's fermented, how it's prepared, how it's harvested, what it's sprayed with. But it really boils down to a few things: organic growing, fermentation, bioavailability, the ability of the soy to reduce phytic acid, the fermentation metabolites, and the enzymes. Now, what Haelan does is they take all that to a whole new level. So they use the right species, they grow it right, it's at the proper elevation, they use nutrient-rich soil, they hand harvest it, and they use this unique multi-stage nitrogen process. And when they ferment it, they concentrate the enzymes, they concentrate the probiotics, you break it down better, it reduces anti-nutrients, vastly improves the bioavailability versus just supplementing with the same stuff. And all you do with this, and I'm a sucker because I take like half a bottle to a full bottle a day right now, especially with this tasty mint stuff that they put in it. But they tell you 1 to 2 ounces. They say more intense situations like disease or something like that take 8 ounces. I don't have a disease, but I just feel like I want to pound the stuff because I feel really good. It's really satiating too. Like I can literally just drink a bottle of this for lunch if I'm in a hurry, even though there's only 80 calories in a whole bottle. And it's super clean. It's just soybeans, just cultured fermented soybeans. So they wanted me to give you a discount code on this stuff. Here it is. The promo code is BEN, and use it HEALAN 951.com/Ben. That's HEALAN 951.com/Ben. You can get more information over there. You can use promo code BEN for free shipping. So, bet you never thought you'd learn that much about fermented soy from a guy like me who has never really championed soy. But I actually like it. It works. I've seen the studies. I'm convinced. So you should try this stuff. Great meal replacement.